Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yazz'n and you're watching Yazz'n It Up, and it is past the halfway mark of 2019, and 2019 is my no buy year. So I have not been purchasing any makeup or skincare unless I completely run out of that certain item, which I have needed to purchase some items, which I will talk about a little bit later. So I'm basically just going to be sharing with you guys how I feel about my no buy year, how my makeup collection and skincare collection is looking, and just a few tips and tricks on when you do go shopping. So if you guys are interested, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and let's jump right into it. So I'm going to start with sharing some shopping tips that I use when I go out, and then I'm going to jump into the no buy year half of it. So just a couple tips and tricks when I am going shopping. These tips I used even before my no buy year and I still use now. So when I'm going out shopping, I look for makeup, I look for clothes, I look for baking stuff, and sometimes I always go, and when I mean sometimes I mean all the time, I go straight to the clearance aisle. So clearance is things that are on sale because something's damaged or they just don't have any more in stock, whatever the reason may be. Clearance items, I love the clearance section, but just because something is on clearance does not mean you need to purchase it. So if there's an eyeshadow palette that's on clearance at Ulta or it's marked down and you really just enjoy looking at it, that's nice, but do you really need this item in your collection? Think about the palettes you have in your collection already. Do you need this palette? Is this going to bring you joy? Is this going to be a fantastic new addition, or do you just want it because it's $20 less than the actual retail price? Now, clearance is fantastic. I always look for clearance, like I said, because it's great deals. And maybe I do see a clearance item, a face powder, and I ran out of face powder. Yes, I would probably purchase it if it's in my shade, but if it's not in my shade, but it's on clearance, why would I buy it? So clearance is good, but it can also be bad. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you need it, but definitely look at clearance before you go look at full priced items. Next tip I have for you guys, I feel like people really underestimate the power of a coupon. There's so many apps on your phone that you can download. I personally use Retail Me Not. You basically just search in whatever store you're at and it'll pop up coupons. They have online coupons and in-store coupons, or you can honestly just go onto Google, look at that store's website, and I'm sure they'll have a coupon section. Like I do that for Michael's, I do that for Old Navy, I do that for basically every single store I go shopping to. And not only can you look for coupons, but you can also see on stores' websites when they're having a ginormous sale. Like Bath & Body Works always has a sale 75% off, or sometimes certain stores has like a clearance event, you know. So I would definitely go on the website before you go out shopping. Think about what stores you want to hit up, and then before you head out, go online, look to see if they have coupons and look to see if they have sales. Another tip that I have for you is when you do go shopping, try to use cash over your credit card. So if you have a total of $68 and you're like, okay, here's my card, you're just gonna swipe it and you don't process that $68. I feel like if you use cash, you're like 2, 4, 6, and then you had to pull out a 5 and then 3 singles, and you realize like, wow, look at all this money I'm giving to the store rather than, oh, just take my card. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it feels different when you're paying cash than when you're using your card, because you realize how much you're actually giving up when you physically see it rather than just the plastic thing. Try to start using cash because you'll realize how much you're actually spending. Just a couple more tips and comments I have. You can go shopping, but it also doesn't have to be at the store. You can go to vendor shows and you can find fantastic deals, handmade items, crafts, like a whole bunch of different things you can find at vendor shows. We love going to vendor shows. It's just super fun, super unique. Not only can you go to vendor shows, but you can also do yard sailing. My family, we love doing yard sailing, and people are like, well, that's people's old stuff. And I was like, it's old to them, but it's new to you. I'm getting something new. I'm super excited to be trying this. Whatever it may be, you can get clothes at yard sales. You can get old bakeware at yard sales. You can get games. You can get up to so many different things. And especially if you have younger kids, I definitely recommend yard sailing, because kids, they grow out of their clothes super fast. And when you go to yard sales, they're dirt cheap, and then you could just wash them and get clothes for your children. Last but not least, I know my family and I, when we're trying to decide what we're doing over the weekend, we're like, oh, we can go here shopping or we can go there shopping. You don't always have to go shopping. If you guys are looking for things to do, Google free events in your community or near your area, because there's so many things that you can do other than go shopping. Like, you don't always have to go out during the weekend and spend money. You can actually go do something fun with your family, go on a picnic or go to your community pool, whatever it may be. I know it's kind of difficult because when we think about what we're going to be doing during the weekend, it always ends up going shopping because shopping is super fun, but sometimes I do need to go out and do some other different things. All right, let's jump into the no buy year, which is probably what most of you guys are here for. My no buy year, I feel like, hasn't been as successful as I thought it was going to be, because I haven't been purchasing any makeup or skincare unless I needed it, which I'll get into a little bit later. But I've been buying so many bakeware items. So I did start my business this year, which is Treats by Yazz'n. I do have my own Instagram if you guys are interested in checking me out. I basically just share all of my treats that I'm making in culinary school and that I'm making for fun. So if you guys have a sweet tooth, go check out that Instagram. But I've just been buying so many like pans and pots and souffle cups and just so many different things and tools that I use in school and outside of school. So a lot of my money is going toward bakeware stuff, which isn't a bad thing because I'm investing into the business, but I've stopped spending money on makeup and started spending it on cupcake tins. Now, regarding makeup and skincare, the only makeup items that I've really had to repurchase would be face powders. I ran out of my loose powders and face powders so quickly because I go through them so often. But other than that, that's the only makeup item I've had to repurchase so far. I still have so many foundations and so many primers, and obviously I have eyeshadow galore, but I'm just super shocked because I had so many foundations in my collection and I still have 7 left. They're not my favorite foundations, but I know I have to get through them to flush them out of my collection. That way when 2020 hits, the only things I'm purchasing is the things that I love. Now, skincare on the other hand, I have been purchasing some items. Q-tips and cotton rounds I'm always repurchasing. I use those to clean my ears, I use those to fix my eyeliner, and then the cotton rounds I use to do the toner all over my face. So those I usually just buy from the Dollar Tree, so I'm not spending that much money on them. And makeup wipes I have been spending money on. I usually use makeup wipes at the end of the day as my first step, or I'll use my Pond's melter, like it's a cream, and I rub it all over my face and it just melts my makeup, but it's not my favorite thing. That I bought this year as well because I ran out of my cleansing oil. And then I also did have to repurchase my face wash, so I actually have purchased a lot more skincare than I have makeup, which isn't too bad. It's just that when I'm purchasing skincare, I don't know if I like it or not because I like trying new things. So if I end up not liking it, I'm kind of stuck with it. But overall, the things that I have extra of as skincare is that for some reason I have 3 backups of facial spray in my collection, so I have a lot of that. But I am seeing my backup drawers getting smaller and smaller. Like I have a whole bunch of chapsticks, but now it's like dwindling down because I'm using them up. And the face sponges I had in my backup drawer are now in my main desk where I do my makeup because I'm throwing them away. It's just crazy how smaller the backup drawer is getting, which is a good thing because I have to flush all that kind of stuff out. So in 2020, I'm able to get new products and things that I only love. And my makeup collection is also getting smaller, and it's kind of stressing me out because I like to have a big collection so I can pick monthly what I like. But because I have so much, there's not really much to pick from, which isn't a big deal. I'm cleaning through my collection and it feels good. And I know in 2020, I'm just gonna be super excited to go on a shopping spree, probably at TJ Maxx, and just spend all my money on makeup. I'm just so excited for that. But I am loving the things that I have in my collection now, and I'm appreciating everything I have. And then I'm also realizing how long it takes me to use up a certain item. Like the facial spray I'm using right now has lasted me forever. I don't need 3 backups in my drawer because it's taking me half a year to get through half of the bottle. So I'm realizing a lot of things, and it's giving me a new perspective, which I definitely appreciate. So that's just some things that I'm thinking about. And my makeup collection, I'm always gonna have eyeshadow. I have a bunch of highlighters. The only thing at the end of the year that I'm excited to purchase would probably be like foundations and primers, because those are things that I like to try, and then I'm now realizing which ones are my favorites and which ones aren't. And I also don't need to repurchase any eyeliners because I have so many eyeliner pencils and liquid eyeliner. I had some already in my collection, so there's not much purchasing going on except for groceries basically and baking stuff and face powder. So that's just about it. So if you guys are doing a no buy year or you're thinking about doing a no buy year, definitely comment down below. I'm super interested to see if 2019 was someone else's no buy year or if 2020 is going to be your no buy year. This no buy year has really helped me get a new perspective on how much makeup I actually use throughout the month and how much makeup can expire, because makeup does expire. I definitely have seen that and I've noticed that in some of my items, but I'm enjoying my no buy year so far. I just need to work on not spending so much money on bakeware and on clothing and stuff like that. But I think the rest of the year I'm definitely going to keep an eye on what I'm spending, and I think I'm going to do much better than I did the first half of the year. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do beauty videos as well as some vlogs and fashion videos, and I am in culinary school like I said before, so my Instagram for that will be listed down below, as well as my regular Instagram and Snapchat. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.